Alright, so we are not picking up with the main group that we left off of last time. Instead, we're picking up with the solitary Drues the Sin Eater. So, after the last conversation with the demons, the party set off north. I will leave it up to you if you went with them or you're catching up with them.
I mean, I suppose it would be easier if he went with them and then catches up. Right?
Okay, whatever. I realize I am giving you choice where you really don't know anything, so... The party went north and entered a new area. The area was reportedly quite infested with radiation. There were some minor investigations at an old military checkpoint, and it was probably there that Drues set off to investigate more imperial sides of things. It's not hard to find an Wyverian gate around here. There's many, in places where there probably really shouldn't be. Generally, gates are around graveyards and whatnot. They're just hanging out in the woods here. Your investigations into the Underworld are not entirely helpful. The ghosts here are few and scattered. The ones that have remained tell a tale of most of the ghosts leaving very recently after the rivers started to flow into different lands that weren't quite as barren as theirs. They have migrated away very recently, past couple months. And so the underworld here is disturbingly empty for even an underworld. The rivers still flow, but there's not a whole lot flowing down the rivers beyond their waters. There's nothing to fish out. There's no memories. Very little, at least, for the ghosts to sustain themselves. The cities are desolate, abandoned, and as far as you can tell, there doesn't even stand any domains in this local section of the Underworld. Re-emerging from the Underworld to rejoin up with the party. It's not difficult to track them. They were on a road. There wasn't many ways they could have gone. You're given directions by an individual, a woman, sitting around waiting for her employers to send their couriers to pick up a package. She mentions that she had spoken with your companions before, sent them on their way. Following their trail leads you to a small village, essentially. Somewhat walled in, somewhat fenced in. But it is a run-down village, put back together by its inhabitants. Its inhabitants are, well, generally very heavily garbed, armed, many of them with gas masks and other assorted gear. It is, however, day. It's still the early dawn, but the rest of the party's not here. The only people that remain here are Titania and a sleeping Vitus.
Oh, good.
Given directions, allegedly, the party set off with one of the locals to go hunt down a local mutant that the local needed dead in exchange for information about safe passage to the center of this area. They set out not too long ago. You're probably about an hour behind them, though.
Well, I'm gonna guess that there aren't not too many taxi cabs taking their way down that road.
No, and they didn't go through the road. They set off into the wilderness, you could say.
Fair enough.
Following pre-established paths, but they're not roads.
Let's mosey on then.
All right.
No time to waste.
So give me a wit survival.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Will it auto-calculate the -1 unskilled, or do I need to put that in? Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
So, despite you being unfamiliar to this terrain, this area, you're following. You catch their tracks. It's not hard to find them. They're a relatively large group setting out. And their tracks, you're following them for a bit. And judging by the terrain, the landmarks, you're pretty sure you know where they're going. You could probably take a shortcut off the paths and gain some extra time.
Fair enough. Let's catch up on them.
Yes. So, you're basically about finishing with your little shortcut, getting back on track. When in the distance, direction you're going, you are met with the familiar sound of gunfire.
Things are going well.
Cresting these ridges and getting out of the tree lines, getting more open sight lines. This gunfire appears to be coming from a warehouse in a large industrial sector. Looks like it once was a railway, but has now seen much better days. But the gunfire appears to be localized from a single one of these warehouses.
That must be where they're at.
Even from here, normally you might need a perception to see them, but from here you can see the hordes of bodies converging on this warehouse, shambling ever slowly towards the doors and windows. Some human, some animal.
Oh, that changes things. Very well. Well, is there an obvious, like, is there like an open door on one of the two sides that he can see?
Does not look like any were purposely left open. If they were left open, they might have been. Maybe they were closed and battered down. But there are a couple of doorways on the left and right side of the building. The front of the building is mostly like shipping and receiving. But basically every entrance possible is either open or actively being battered down by these shambling bodies.
While Drew is headed towards this warehouse, I'm going to have him activate the shroud because while he's partially dead, the shroud will coat him in the essence of his Geist, so he might not pass as a zombie amongst zombies, but might be less noticeable or less palatable, perhaps.
Okay.
So let's see. That is Synergy and Shroud.
How many dots of Shroud do you have, out of curiosity?
Just the one.
Okay.
And he got a success, so it is active. And just, he doesn't, this is the one where he doesn't need to eat, sleep, or breathe, and he can't be blinded or deafened by non-supernatural means. And he can enter Twilight for a turn, but it won't end unless he does something to draw attention to himself, like attack or scream, or use another haunt, or, as usual, confronted with the Geist's Bannerbane. So, covering himself with basically his Geist's plasma, he's going to try to just, like, you know, fly casual through the horde of zombies outside this warehouse.
Give me a Dex Stealth at +2.
Two successes. Thank you for those bonus dice.
They were the ones that succeeded.
Yeah.
So yes, although some of these shambling bodies, they do take notice of you as you slip by, it's not more than a passing registering there is an entity here. They don't appear to be at all angered or moved by your presence. So you slip inside fairly easily. So,
how do you do, fellow kids?
So, Tullus and I guess Rose would be firing too, as well as the NPC. Cherry's not using a gun at the moment, shooting at the zombies, correct?
Oh, what? Oh, my brain. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't realize we had hopped back to us. So, currently, we're in. There's a whole bunch of zombies around. Okay.
Yes, they are actively breaking into the building. Most of the armed people here are actively trying to fend them off. Is Cherry one of those armed people fending them off?
Yeah, probably. She doesn't have great stats, but she has a dog and firearms, and she has 2 dexterity.
They also are zombies. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pretty much everyone except Kalmir and Stahl, who are actively focusing on the tunnel hole, would see this plasm-covered Drues kind of slip in casually through one of the doors in between the hail of gunfire.
Well, technically, I saw him a while ago.
Technically, you did, yes. And
it's the second soul, isn't it?
Not even that. I cast a spell earlier. I can see in all directions for 5 miles from any point in the. So yeah, I see everything.
Mages, man. So, yeah, so Drues slips in. So, now is the time to be mean.
No. Storytellers are never mean.
Yeah?
They're not supposed to be mean on purpose. Oh, look.
Oh, damn.
Exceptional success. Oh, wonderful.
Look at 4 10s.
Wow. All right, hold on.
Well,
Oh,
you
no.
did say you were going to be mean.
And
this was the roll to see if I was going to be mean.
And you succeeded.
Yeah.
Exceptionally succeeded. So here comes the pain train.
Let me just double check the dice pool here.
So Sanctity of Merits does kick in, and I will get 3 merit dots back on Vitus.
Who says it's you he's going to be mean towards?
Hmm.
Hold on.
Could be Drew.
Could be Kalmir.
I mean, Drew is, technically still amongst.
Yeah.
I feel like Cherry's the only one safe here.
So,
Easiest target, though.
Kalmir,
Uh-oh.
I need you to give me a roll.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Wait, hold on. How does this work? Okay, okay, that doesn't. I don't. Does what it just did count as an action? Actually,
What did you just do?
what the bloodsucker
what-
just did.
Oh, I see. I don't know.
Does it count as something active? It did, I suppose.
I mean, it was just
Okay, then no.
So,
If it's thinking, then no.
No, I don't. It has to be. I'm gonna say it has to be something that counts as an active action, as opposed to just thinking about something.
Like an
Well,
overt
this is-
thing.
this is an active action, so. Kalmir,
well-
I need you to make me a resolve plus your gnosis.
Okay. Resolve Gnosis. Okay.
That sounds serious.
Yes. 3 successes. Oh,
Ooh.
how's this? How do ties work?
Defender wins, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Defender usually wins.
Intelligence 7.
So, Kalmir, there's a pain in the back of your head for but a moment. Just kind of a sharp, pain in your mind for just a second or two, but it fades as quickly as it comes.
Okay.
Oh, you were about to be mean.
I can see how he could be very mean. Well, that's concerning. But nothing happened. Could I tell where it came from, or no? Just
You could see one of them perhaps speak. Some of the little tentacles where it's above its mouth began to flicker a little more actively than normal, but
and
Look out. Look out, folks. It's not just the zombies that want your brains.
those are the zombies. Tentacle mustache. Okay, so the one that wiggled was in the tunnel or outside?
in the tunnel. They're still both in the tunnel.
Okay. Okay, so it's from one of those.
Yes.
Well, I don't like what it might have been trying to do. I do not want that to happen again. Looking around. Is our guide busy?
He's shooting at zombies as well as trying to keep an overwatch on the whole.
Okay. So if he's not paying too much attention, I want to try that spell again and try and pop it.
Okay. You're so it has really high stats in like 2 things, and it's the 2 things that
Two things that I need.
you're working with here.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's withstood by its stamina, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's withstood by 8.
8 again, okay. They resisted by 8. I want that. Yantras, because it wouldn't be much of a dice pool without them.
Yeah. Hold
All right,
on to your
so-
butts, everybody.
Yeah, so dice pool of 5. Give me 1 dice of paradox, please.
No paradox.
All right. Ooh, 2 successes of annihilate energy.
Well,
So, let me just confirm the wording on that spell, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna die.
it might be able to resist under certain circumstances.
It just tried with its resistance
Oh
stat.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But the key word here
Unless it-
is there's the
Unless it has some way to clash, then I think it just dies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it says.
If used
But-
on a creature, the spell is instantly fatal, but withstood by stamina.
But I'm looking at the sentence before that one. This destruction is spectacular, explosively scattering the affected energies into particles.
Okay.
That's quite the grin you've got going on.
Alright, yeah, so,
Boom.
yeah, a good section of these tunnels collapse.
Ooh.
Catch me up real quick on tunnels. I thought I was walking into a warehouse. Now we're talking about tunnels.
You
Yes.
are there. So in the warehouse, in the the corner of it, there is dug through the floor tunnels into the ground.
Are the zombies coming out of those tunnels?
No,
Okay.
the other things that you have not seen yet are coming out of the tunnels, but Kalmir is the only one that sees them because Mage.
Okay.
He
well,
sees everything.
That's his turn.
Yeah. So for all the people currently firing, if I could get an attack roll.
Okay, so that's firearms.
Oh.
I believe that's 9 again.
I
Not
roll
the-
with my. I roll with my normal ass 3 dice.
You succeeded.
Not a success.
What is that storyteller roll? Oh, that's right. There's a group of them.
There are many.
Come on, Tullus. This is one thing you're supposed to be good at.
You're the soldier.
I don't know how much damage. I don't know how much damage a basic. Actually, I probably should have taken a -1 because I have strength. Whatever.
I don't think a pistol.
No, even pistols have a basic strength requirement of 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it
do.
kind of assumes that strength 1 is
Below average.
you're crippled.
No, it's just below average. It's not crippled. It's just below average.
2 is average.
Yeah.
All right, what does Mr. NPC get today?
He's not useless.
We're all using pistols, so well, at least that's 2 damage from Tullus.
No shotgun?
Not at this range. Not until they get closer.
All right, so that's 1, 3, 6. Or no, No, because that'd be a rifle, so... No. So the zombies are kept at bay for now, but... It was close. You're still holding them at the choke points here. But... Who knows how much longer. So, how stupid is Stahl?
Oh yeah, check his stats.
Well, he has a role he once has to do, but I don't want to do it off screen. He's not even here, so I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, he really wanted this fight too. It's fortunate that the scheduling got the way it was.
Yeah.
There'll be many more things to punch, fear not.
Kalmir, do your thing.
But there are other plot points here for Stahl to complete, so he will be doing this off screen. Well, Kalmir, I guess, can literally see him, but... So, Stahl, hearing this explosion, does not want to get left out on his fight, and is dropping into the tunnels.
Ooh.
Kalmir, I'm gonna need another roll from you.
All right, same thing. It was Resolve Gnosis.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no! Dominate.
Yes, you can see
Hey.
everything right now,
Hey,
which
hey,
means you can see their eyes.
They want me to force them to do something different.
I
You
thought
want
they had to
that?
be able to see my eyes. Am I wrong?
Well,
Oh, okay.
victim has to see the vampire, not the other way around, unless I read it wrong.
I don't know. I'll roll with it.
Hey, do you want me to make them do something different?
I don't know. Depends on what they try to make me do.
It is using dominate. Also, I'm allowed to know what it's doing before I decide that. Technically,
Are you?
it says once per chapter, as a reflexive action, the deviant may force a target to take a different action than the one she just took.
But if you don't know that an action was taken,
What is the range of cognition?
It does. It says it's a directed effect, so hold on, I need to look at direct effect rules.
Would assume that you would need to know exactly what's doing it, and since you don't have eyesight on it, I don't know if you could technically
That's
target
Fair
it.
enough.
That's my thoughts. Too.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. Well,
So Kalmir,
yeah.
this pain comes back, and it doesn't go away this time. You're suddenly struck with an overwhelming urge to start running through the tunnels.
Okay. I suppose that will happen then.
Yeah, so everybody else can see Kalmir also then just dip into these tunnels.
That's
I don't know if he would scream out or anything, but he's running in.
So, is anybody else breaking off from zombie fight?
I mean, realistically, Tullus just watched two people go in there, and he knows Stahl's capabilities. I don't think he would. I think he would think they have it covered.
This is a hard decision.
Just going from complete character knowledge, I can't argue Tullus would do anything.
If Rose isn't doing anything, Cherry probably won't. Thinking on it. Mm.
Also, does Kalmir have the dominated condition?
Yes. Or
Get-
what's the condition? It's mesmerized, I believe, is the condition you get.
Yes, that's the first ability is mesmerize. Yes, mesmerize condition.
Yeah, so do you have an ability that can affect conditions? Yeah.
I just wanted to look at it.
Okay.
It's resolved by taking any amount of bashing or lethal damage, or suffering a breaking point. Okay.
So, give me another attack roll from everybody on the surface.
Getting you that XP point, Kalmir.
I am going to spend a point of willpower here, but not for the 3 extra dice. I'm burning it for professional training 5, so I get the rogue condition.
Ooh.
And then technically this is 9 again, so if I get any 9s, I technically have to re-roll them. It's just the sheet doesn't allow me to do both. Or, well, we'll see. Right, what did I get here? I see 3 more re-rolls. Okay, so hold on, that's 3 normal re-rolls. Okay. Okay, so yeah, just 5. So 6 total.
Exceptional.
It's damage, but
So, once again, the encroaching, shambling horde is held off at the doorways.
What's in this warehouse? Like, are there like shelves, machinery? Like, what's in this place?
There's some old shipping containers in the middle, pallets of gold crates. Most of it's been broken into. There is shelving. Second floor has some metal. What's the grated, almost flooring with a railing, kind of an elevated walkway that then leads to an elevated small room, most likely probably an office.
Not really any obvious wind conditions there, is there?
Any obvious what?
Wind conditions.
No, you're in a building.
I was thinking, Drew looking around for okay, so how do I stop the horde from getting in and stuff? And not really any obvious answers to that one. I guess he'll go join everybody. or wherever they're holed up there in the middle of the warehouse.
Okay. So, I need to double check one more thing. Pardon me, I'm bad GM, do not have every game system memorized.
How dare you, sir?
I know, unacceptable, really.
yeah, just
I'd quit.
terrible.
The audacity.
Yep.
Shake my head in shame.
SMH.
Where is the condition that I want?
Oh no.
It's just not here.
Describe it? Or make it up?
Well, no, I know what it is. I just wanted to figure out where it... Yeah.
How bad it's gonna be.
You know, I know what it is. I don't need the book telling me how to apply it. Screw you.
Kalmir turns around and uses
I am the
eradicate energy on one of us.
That's possible if it knows.
Nah, that'd be too rude.
You need something just rude enough.
Well, I mean, you did get an exceptional success on your be mean as GM.
Yes, but it's not the delete other player button with another PC. Like, too rude.
A little too much. You need 10 successes on that one.
A little too much. So, Kalmir,
Yes.
you aren't fully conscious right now.
All right.
But you do notice that Stahl is not in front of you, to where you're being urged to go.
Hmm.
He seems to have gone down a different path. What does come flying around the corner on essentially all fours is the same creature that you... Oh, well, the other creature that you didn't blow up
Okay.
earlier. And it comes barreling into you.
Oh, dear. What was the command, by the way?
Essentially just come to me.
Okay.
But yes, it's... How much health do you have?
Total? I got 1, 2, 3,
Well, this will knock him out of it.
9 with 1 bashing.
Okay, well, it'll be safe and assume human averages. But it does come barreling into you, and, well, you feel the teeth.
And the condition's resolved.
The condition is now resolved, yes, but you're now 6 lethal.
Leaf. Okay, let's mark this up.
And you also take the drained condition.
6 and drained. What does that do?
So, essentially, it is a -2 to physical actions. Any scene where you exert yourself physically, you make a stamina roll, or you fall on unconscious. Yeah, it's essentially they took too much vitae. They took vitae above your stamina, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, stamina 4.
Is spellcasting considered physically extraneous?
I don't think so.
Probably not, no.
It's more mental.
But yes, as quick as you snap out of it, it's gone around the corner.
Oh, it left. It didn't stay.
No.
Ow.
And as you come to your senses still, you still do have your spell up. And unless you used like concentration, then it would have dropped as a yantra.
I don't even...
I'll just say it's still up because
Okay.
who knows?
He says it's still up because it gives him the opening to dominate Kalmir anytime he wants.
Well, no, now he gets a +3, basically, because he's already been mesmerized in this scene.
I see. Okay.
So it's harder now.
Fair enough.
So,
I will accept those terms.
but yes, your spell's still up. You do see it going around the corner, and it is now making its way directly towards Stahl, who is off on a side tunnel.
Side tunnel. Okay. All right.
Doing the punchy.
The party above is still engaged in door-to-door combat with the undead.
Okay. I have somewhat of a mechanical question.
Mm-hmm.
So Stahl's thing he's trying to do with the soldier thing, he needs to solo a foe greater than him, basically, right?
Essentially, yes.
Does he have to know in his mind that he soloed it? Or does any interference that he's unaware of count against him?
I don't know.
Okay.
One of those letter of the rule versus the spirit of the rule questions.
I'm going to say yes, because Azothic memory knows you did it, does not alchemy.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna blind the thing, but if it'll count against him, I don't want to mess up his goal. If you're still counting it, because since he's not here.
I'll leave it up to him if he wants to count it.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the full option on the table for him. Well, then in the meantime, I'm feeling pretty bad. I want to heal myself. So I'm going to cast Knit. It's a level 3 life. Reset my thing here. I should have had this already up, sorry.
Yeah, it should be, what, roughly 10 dice, give or take? Depending on how much potency you're putting into it.
Correct.
As he's doing that,
Yes, go ahead.
continue the zombie attack. So, at this point, though, their numbers are pretty much thinning. Another good round of combat here will render the rest of them relatively harmless.
As Drew shows up. Hey.
Who else? Who else is shooting with me? Not just me.
Oh, wait, I need to take a -1. I'll roll again. I can take a -1.
But yes, the
There.
piles
One.
of corpses at the doors are getting quite high, as finally this wave assault seems to have died down as the last of these shambling creatures now lay dead on the floor. Gunfire falls silent for a moment or two, but that's all it is before your guide here drops down from his position and is like, alright, take the fight to them now that their minions are dead, let's go. He puts in a new mag and starts heading towards the tunnel.
Jerry follows, I suppose? Presuming Rose also does.
Tullus would kind of let everybody else go in and switch to his shotgun. Make sure they're not followed. Since you didn't say all of them were dead, just most of them.
Yeah, there's a couple that can barely even, they probably can't even get in at this point.
Better safe than sorry.
Yes, fair enough. I would be doing the exact same thing. So.
Double tap, right?
Yes, so into these tunnels led by the guide, who is now got his rifle out, quite close to his body, flicked on a flashlight that was hooked up to his shoulder. Alright, so these tunnels can go on for quite a while, but we probably already woke them up. So keep your guard up. They could probably dig out of the walls at any point they choose. You see anything shifting in the dirt, you shoot it. Kalmir, you see the group approaching because yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I succeeded for 3 lethal damage, so I'll take that off. Hopefully it finishes before they get here. You know, seeing a wound close is probably not good for sleepers.
Probably not, no. But it was an instant cast, was it not?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
So, they're a bit of a distance away still. You have
Okay.
time. But it is at this point, though, that the other creature catches up to Stahl. And, well, blows are shed. They appear to be kind of in a grapple, tumbling through these tunnels, trying to, punch the crap out of each other, to say it lightly.
Hit him again! Hit him again!
It is a wonderful fight. You guys should see this.
But the group does come upon Kalmir, who is probably still,
He's still bleeding.
bleeding in the dirt.
Yeah. So rubbing wherever he was bit. Ow.
Guide in the front, he's... You alone, where'd the other one go?
Well, it knocked me over, bit me, and then it ran to the other tunnel.
Shit, alright. Do you got antiseptics there? You got something to cleanse that wound? I don't want that getting infected out here.
I have...
No matter, we'll deal with it afterwards.
Yes, I'll
On your
put
feet.
some cloth and yes.
He will likely be fine.
I've taken care of worse.
Honestly surprised it didn't just kill you.
As am I. It must have really wanted whatever was down that tunnel over there. I don't know where Stahl went. I do, but...
So, the rest of the party here. This is a very relatively cramped tunnel. Not a whole lot of room here, but eventually the party has to kind of slowly back up, turn around. There's not really room to move past each other. And according to Kalmir, it went down a different tunnel. It's a bit of an annoying maneuver here, but Kalmir, because you can see this, so I am forced to narrate it. This scuffle does come to a bit of a conclusion. The bloodsucker is, well, punched into the dirt. Stahl is seen better days. He's a bit wounded, but is still intact.
All right.
And starts to drag it with him back the way you came.
Oh, that's right. He gets paid for that. Okay.
Which leads him in direct contact with the rest of the group, who now see Stahl in these dark tunnels, dragging a body behind him.
Ah, there he is. And he killed the monster thing. This is the right one, yes?
It certainly fits the bill. You said there were two. I don't know how you said there were two. But that's only one. So keep your eyes up. We're not done here yet.
That's right, I did say we're the two.
Hold on. Cherry's gonna kneel down and she's going to examine the bloodsucker. She has no idea what this is, right? There isn't any way she could know that.
No.
She's gonna kneel down and examine it. You see, examining something requires touching it at some level, right?
maybe.
By definition, no, but it can.
I'm gonna say it does in this moment, and she does it sort of offhand. Quick, and then I'm gonna use a certain thing that I can do. Quick question.
Precognition.
Hey, quick question. What caused this thing to exist?
Well, you see, when a
it doesn't
mom
have to
and
be
a dad love each other very much.
Okay. What caused this thing to become a bloodsucker? Was it created that? You don't have to be specific about it, but I'm allowed to ask questions.
You pull up precognition. How specific do I need to be?
Is it?
I ask one question about the target. Okay. I mean, may peer into the likely futures of a target. So, I don't know if precognition would let you know how it got to this point, because that'd be postcognition.
It'll let
But
you
I
know
will
what.
answer the question nonetheless, because why not? So, it mutated. It was not like this before. It was a person, perhaps not a full human person, but it mutated under the effects of some kind of force that you're not familiar with.
Cherry stops for a moment. She didn't expect that to happen. An unsurprising conclusion, though one I do not know how I reached. She says this out loud, though, of course, none of you quite understand what she's talking about.